All right, so the next thing I'm going to show you how to animate is just using keyframing, where you're just going to animate objects in key positions as opposed to having to redraw them every time, such as we did with the bubbles in the previous video. So I'm just going to do that with the great white shark and the megalodon here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to do this one also in the first slide just to keep things simple. So I have the graphics here. Let's just to make things easier, I'm just going to call this bubbles, and then we'll make a new one, and we'll call this sharks. Okay, just to make things simpler. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and we're going to put the megalodon in here, and then let's also grab the great white shark. Okay, and this guy needs to be considerably smaller, so he's got to be a third of the size. That's why I'm doing it. So a little bit smaller. Is that about right? That looks about right. Maybe. Okay. So we're gonna bring those in, and basically we're just gonna animate the two of these, just doing whatever. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to do something kind of similar to this, and I want to animate these as objects. Now I could animate them right on this timeline, but it's just gonna make things kind of annoying as far as the rest of it's concerned. So what I'm going to do is, actually, we're going to do this. I'm going to animate this shark on this timeline. So let's make another layer, and we'll just call this the G shark anim. Okay. So I'm going to take this guy and I'm going to put him on that layer. So I'm just going to Control X to cut. I'm going to go here. I'm going to hit Control Shift V. Control V is paste, but that pastes in the center of your screen. Shift V pastes in place. So I'm just going to paste in there. I'm going to turn this one off. And what we're going to do is I'm just going to animate this guy coming up. Actually, we'll put this one back on. We'll lock him now. I'm going to animate this one coming up next to it, and then animate it just going past like that. Okay, so that's the idea. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go ahead and I'm going to have it take, let's say 1, 2. Let's say it takes half its, we'll go to like frame 10 here. I'm just going to go here and we will hit, well, so I'm just going to picture how long it would take. So we're going to say it's going to take, let's say it goes up in about half a second, sits there for about half a second, and then takes a half a second to go off. So that'd be a half, full, half. So we'll say, we'll go to, let's do 2 seconds. So there's a slight pause in between. So I'm going to go to here. And I'm just going to right click and go to insert frame. So now that will last that entire time. Now what I want you to notice is the other ones are not there, because what's going to happen is it's just going to keep going from thing to thing. So what we want to do is we actually need to extend all of them. So I'm going to click and drag across all of these. And I'm just going to F5 this time. But you can also just right click and insert frame. Okay, so now they all last that long. We need to hold them all that long. So I'm just going to take this guy, and I just want to animate him going up to him and then going past. So what we're going to do is we're going to convert this. We're going to right click and go convert to motion tween, which is the same thing we did when we did the slideshow. And all I'm going to do now is I'm going to put him where I want him to start in position. So we'll stay right off screen. And I'm going to have him go up to the guy here. So we'll go up to like this. So you get an idea of scale, right? Then I'm going to have him stay there for a little bit. So let's say to here, and then I'm gonna hit F6 so that I have a keyframe of it staying there. And then, or you can right click and go insert keyframe, and then we're gonna go to the end, and I'm just gonna pull this guy off like so. So if we were to play this, you'll see he's gonna go up, pause, and then go up. But I would like it to look a little bit better when he's there, so I'm actually gonna, inside of here, I'm just gonna put a couple of keyframes with like, have him go down a little bit, and then up a little bit, and then he'll naturally go down. So now it'll go like that, and then it'll go up. Okay. Might also be good if maybe he was like at an angle. So I'm just going to go here, and I'm just on the free transform. I'm just going to rotate it a little bit like this. And then we'll have him rotate down here. So he's like, and then he goes down, and then up here. And then we'll have him go down here, And then here he'll go up again like that. So we'll just go whoomp. Okay, just so there's a little bit more life to it. Let's bring that back just to make sure he doesn't overlap. Okay, so that looks fine. So now if we were to play this, you will see that he will indeed, I'm going to do Control Enter. And you're going to see the bubbles going across. And you're going to see him come up and then go over, right? That's kind of cool. All right. Could be a little more lively, but you get the idea. I also want this guy just to bob up and down. So we could do that a couple ways. One way of doing it is I could just make a timeline for him, which would probably be, yeah, we'll just do it inside of here. So I'm just going to do the same thing. Right click, create motion tween, and I'm just going to make him bob up and down a little bit. So let's go 1, and then we'll go to here. We'll go boom. 1, 2, and then I'm just going to copy the first one. So I'm going to right click, and we're going to go copy properties, and go to here. We're going to right click, and we're going to go paste properties. That way it's the same. And now if we hit play, he will just kind of bob up and down as that other fish goes through. Okay. Feels a little fast. So I think what I'm going to do is extend all this. So I'm just going to take the end here, and let's just go to like 4 seconds. I'm going to take the end here, also go to 4 seconds. And then these we're just going to extend. So we'll just go like this. I'm going to hit F5, and voila. And that way it just goes a little bit slower because it feels a little bit fast. I would also like the shark to be behind that one. So that way he looks like he's behind him. Yeah, I think that looks a little bit better. Okay, and now if we hit Control Enter, you will see that we now have basically that shark just floating, right? And then he comes through, and we have our straight ahead animation. All right, so that's the basics of doing kind of just keyframe animation. You just key the positions, and then you can kind of have things slide in and out, which we already kind of did that because we did the slideshow. You know, and then we can just click. But that one works independently of everything else, so it will slide back in with this stuff. Okay? So, good luck.